Hi, welcome back. Let's see collection interface. Guys, if you look into this particular hierarchy, collection interface clearly extending iterable interface, right? So basically, iterable is an interface which is used for to iterate over all kind of collection elements. Over collection elements. Basically, guys, if you are going to have an array, in order to process all the elements of an array, we are going to perform some kind of looping technique, either for loop or while loop or do while loop, like that. Similarly, if you want to perform like traversing of elements over the collection elements, then we have to use iterable interface. This iterable interface contains an abstract method called iterator, through which we can able to iterate over the collection elements. See, this is not only the approach, we can able to use various kind of approaches in order to iterate over the elements, but iterable interface is one of the approach to iterate over the collection elements, right? So what are the different ways to iterate over the elements, that we will see in the further videos. So right now you have to understood iterable is an interface which used to iterate over the collection elements, right? So coming to the collection interface, this collection interface contains various kind of methods, guys, like add method is there, remove method is there. I mean, in order to perform various kind of operations, something like adding of elements, removing of elements, or something like whether the given collection is empty or not, like that, we are going to have various kind of operations. For all those operations, they come across with the predefined set of methods, right? Something like whether a particular element exists or not, using a method called contains method. And to find out the size of the collection, we'll go with size method. And as I said, whether it is going to be empty or not, for that we are going to use empty method, etc. So it's an interface, right? So which means that all these are all various kind of abstract methods, because interface is a collection of public abstract methods only, right? So based on the need, we are going to use the specific operation. Okay, fine. Then how we are going to uh, declare the collection interface, right? So basically we'll go with the collection. You have to define some kind of angular brackets c equal to new. Guys, you have to go with some kind of here class, right? Because collection interfaces doesn't create the object directly, right? So I will try to go with the array list for this example, right? So we'll go with the array list. This is the general syntax what you have to follow while working with the collection, right? So here it is it can allow any kind of data, Why it will allow any kind of data? Because we haven't mentioned the specific data. That means that it will allow heterogeneous data. This is where it is overcoming drawback of arrays. But if you want to allow only specific kind of things, in angular brackets you are going to pass the respective data type. Collection angular bracket string, which means that now it will collect only string values. Right? Which is more generic, so that it will be easy for the developer to process the data. Hope you understood the syntax clearly. Let's dive into the execution part. So if you want to write collection logic, you have to go with the collection interface. I am going to import from the util package, right? So guys, here you can observe you have to pass what type of data that you are trying to store. String data. I am trying to define the variable equal to new array list. I will define. That's it. So this is the way we can able to create the collection. Right? Once you create the collection, if you would like to add the data, you have to use a method called add method is there. Right? Here it can allow to add a single element, or it can allow to add a collection of strings. That is where we'll go with add all. So we'll see that all those things in the further classes. Right now we'll go with the adding single element, something like Java. Yes, it was added. I will try to print the data which is available in the collection. Run. You got the data as Java, right? So I am going to add one more data dot add of syllabus. If I run it, it is going to be added. Like this, you can able to add how much amount of data you want to add. You can able to add, because it's not an array. It's going to be a collection. You can able, so there is no restriction on the size of the collection, right? Yes. Now, for example, instead of printing this particular structure, I want to process each and every data. Then I can able to go with one approach is Iterable Interface. But to explain that Iterable Interface, I will take a separate video for it. So right now I will go with some advanced for each loop, and then I am going to print that variable name is string. Right? If I try to print Java syllabus, this way you can able to print the collection data, right? Fine. So if you want to remove certain data, for example, I will go with the data dot remove. What you want to remove? I want to remove Java. Yes, and then I am trying to print the collection, so that what happened, Java is going to be removed. After removing the Java, you will left with only syllabus. Similarly, you can able to check whether it contains certain data or not. Data dot, there is a method called contains method is there. Contains of let me call syllabus, whether syllabus is there or not, right? It's going to return the boolean value boolean b, and then I am trying to print the value b. What you are expecting, guys? Here I am expecting the value as true, because syllabus is there in the collection. Yes, it's going to get the result as true. Let me take something called paper. If I try to get here, now you are expecting the value as false. Similarly, you can go with the is empty or not on, like that, right? Data dot is empty. What you are going to expect for this one? You are going to expect the result as false, because is the collection is empty? No, collection is not empty. So if I try to print the value of b1, again you are going to get the value as false. Similarly, if you want to find out the size of the collection, you can able to find it, right? So for example, I will try to print here itself data dot, there is a method called size method. What you are going to expect the size? It will return the size of the collection as 1. Why? Because we have removed the one value Java here. at line number 17. So if I try to run it, you will get the value as 1. This way you can able to work with the collection, guys. Okay, fine. Okay, if you are able to observe, for example, let me try to remove all the code. Let me call this as integer, means I am trying to create an integer collection. If I am trying to do data dot add of 1, good, data dot add of 2, data dot add of 4, data dot add of 5, good. I can able to add as many number of elements I want. This out of I am trying to print the data. If I try to run it, you will get 1, 2, 4, 5. Now for example, I want to add an element number 3 after the value 2. After the value 2. Can I add it? Try to observe. Data dot add of 3. Is it possible? No. You will get always at the end. Right? Means in collection interface, if you want to add anything, they are always going to be add at the end of the collection. At the end of the collection, right? So it couldn't possible to add at the required position. So that is the reason we are moving for the concept called list interface. Okay, so we'll see that in the next video. Hope you understood clearly. Thank you.